My name is Barbara Cohen. I'm the CIO of Shadow Traders, and this is for 7/21, July 21, 2009. It's about 11:18 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go walk you through some of what this does today. As you can see, we just got a signal to go short. Now we are combining the fractals with the pivots, and you can see that the market is having difficulty. We've got actually two pivots right in a row here. The market is having difficulty penetrating those. Gave us a signal to go short. Additionally, we got the fractal high. That's a high bar. It says you're not going to penetrate that. Stay where you are. While we're waiting for this one to take off, let's just review some of what already had happened. Here at 9:33, we had signals to go short that took us all the way down. And notice we also had the fractal high, a little green star. And the fractal high came all the way down to the fractal low. And this pivot bounced off the pivot, went back to the fractal high, came all the way down, went down to the pivot, came all the way back up. More signals to go high. We actually had another low signal here, and we continued back up until we got a high. Came back down from the high, back to the low, back to the high, and we got a second low. We got a lower high here, and finally the low. Got a low from here up to this high, and now we're on the low again. I'm coming back down. Market's having just a little bit of difficulty getting through that pivot, but with two indications, chances are we're going to get through that. This is a momentum. These are momentum indicators, and so chances are we can make it through this pivot. Just to go over a couple of things while we're waiting for this to take off. Got some green, blue, and beige lines in the background. What we have is two sets of indicators on the fractals. This is fractal geometry. What we have is we have the red and we have the green. We have two kinds of green. We have turquoise and dark green. We have two kinds of red. We have a dark red and a light red. The dark red and the turquoise, which we just lost here, the dark red and the turquoise, those are breakout indicators. The lighter red and the green are support and resistance. And you can see right here support and resistance taking effect right there. Look at that resistance fractal. It refused to penetrate, couldn't penetrate the pivot. The fractal said, look, you're not penetrating me either. Here's my high, I'm coming down. Now we just got a low. Notice we just got a low at our next pivot, telling us, look, pretty much that's all that this particular trade had in it. That was a nice little trade for us, but chances are that's going to be it. So the beige line and the blue lines, what they are indicators that something is going to change. Direction is going to change. Take a look at this. You can see the blue line hit right before the high, telling us that we were announcing that we were going to have a change. This one, the beige one, hit right before we started to go back up. So mostly you'll see these lines appear right before we're going to have some kind of a change in direction. You see we're coming right back up here. Bounced right off the low. This tells us again we're going to have some kind of a change in direction. So we had a change in direction here, and we're having a change in direction here. So you get fractal geometry is giving us all kinds of indications that things are changing. Watch it. Be careful. We're using a 3-minute chart. We get very good results on the with the 3-minute chart on this. Again, we had a nice little trade here. We had a nice little trade here, and we had a nice little trade here. So From 9:30 to 11, we had 3 calls that were very nice, plus we had all the highs and lows that you could have traded as well. We're giving you plenty of opportunities to get in. We're giving you support and resistance. This is support, resistance, and additionally we're giving you breakout. When you see these little triangles between a support resistance line and a breakout line, generally speaking, you're going to get some movement, and we definitely got movement on that one. Notice this is starting to penetrate now, going through that pivot, because we have our star that says we're going to go through this thing. We're going to come back down. So this is a combination of pivots. Pivots are based on information that they are very leading indicators because they're based on information from yesterday. And we have fractal information, which is based on what exactly the market is doing right this minute. The dark black lines are our channel. It's called the detrended channel. And it's monitoring highs and lows within the channel. And we're just waiting here to get our next low. Our best trading efforts are when you get, if you look back, you get a low, and then a high, and then a low. Got another low here, moving up to this high, then we got a low, and we got a high, another lower high here, down to a low, up to a high, down to a low, up to a high, and now we're waiting for another low here. Now, is this going to be 100% accurate? No, it's not. There's no possible way this will be 100%. But generally speaking, you're going to go low to high. Once in a while, we're going to get stopped out. I'm going to tell you that. It just happens. Somebody brings in some cash and you get stopped out. If anybody tells you that there's no such thing, that they've got a system that they have no way of getting stopped out, I don't believe it. We get stopped out. But mostly, you'll see high-low. High, low, high, low, higher, low, high. You're going to go from low to high, low to high, low to high. And once in a while, you're going to get stopped. Coming up to, we're on a pivot right now. You can see they are having difficulty getting through this pivot. And they're not able to get to this one either. Notice the long tail there trying to get through that pivot, trying to get through this pivot and get to this one, and they couldn't do either. Pivots are very, very strong. They're support and resistance. What makes a pivot very important to us is that these are the pivots that the market uses. These are a combination of intraday and intraday. Intraday means they happen across multiple days, and intraday means they all happen in the same day. So we use a combination of intraday and intraday pivots. And we have just arrived at another pivot. We're trying to reach it, trying to get through it. We're still waiting for a low. We don't have it yet. But we have a lot of indications that there's going to be an end here soon. We're on the pivot. We're not moving real fast. Things are stalling. Chances are we're going to see an end to this in a moment.